For the year 2020, I am making a video review for every new movie I watch, whether in theaters or at home, and on April 27th I watched Good Night and Good Luck. Welcome to my year in movies. This is Talking to Myself. This is by no means an objective piece about the merits of the film. The majority of the statements that follow are the journalist's opinion. However, this review has been supplemented with facts that this journalist believes could enhance the viewer's understanding of both the film and this journalist's opinions regarding it. George Clooney's historical drama follows journalist Edward R. Murrow and his conflict with United States Senator Joseph McCarthy. While Murrow himself downplayed his involvement in the downfall of Senator McCarthy, this film paints him as a noble protagonist whose journalistic integrity and dedication to the truth were instrumental in bringing down McCarthy and ending his hunt for communists in America. This is clearly a passion project for Mr. Clooney, and there is something that feels different when you're watching a movie about which the creative team cared so deeply. When reading about the film, I learned that Mr. Clooney wanted to make the movie so badly that he mortgaged his own home and only accepted a single dollar for each of his credits as writer, director, and actor. I also found out that Mr. Clooney himself is a journalism graduate, and his father was a broadcast journalist. Because his father was a broadcast journalist in several major American cities, Mr. Clooney was nervous about showing the film to his father. His father was pleased with the final product. Mr. Clooney is an actor in the film, yes, but he does not play Murrow. He plays Fred Friendly, the co-producer of Ed Murrow's show See It Now. So he lets someone else be the star of his passion project. I also have to say it takes a lot of guts to make a dry, cerebral drama and rated PG. I respect it. It's not profitable. The film made $54 million, but that was 8 times more what it cost. Speaking of making this kind of movie, the choices made for the movie was so cool. Making a black and white movie can be seen as a very pretentious choice, but it actually does contribute to the atmosphere of the film. It helps blend the action with the archive footage. The lack of soundtrack, utilizing only in-world music, does make it feel more like real life. It almost feels like a recreation as a result. And the songs punctuate the action every 23 minutes, which helps transition from scene to scene very smoothly. The movie was filmed on a soundstage as well, and while I appreciate a film shot on location as much as the next journalist, there is just this thrill I can't explain knowing all of the sets were built on a soundstage. It takes me back to performing on stage for theatre, I think, and that's a huge part of it. At its heart, Good Night and Good Luck is a very straightforward, simple drama. Looking back, I was skeptical that I should ever be invested. The stakes and the results of those stakes are known before the film even begins. The presentation of this drama is very subdued as well. No one raises their voice, there is no music to heighten the tension, and there is no physical altercation that arises when the arguments become too spicy. All that said, I found myself standing, pacing the room with my arms crossed, watching it as if it were happening live on my television set. And the film is engaging enough that I didn't care about historical accuracy. I was just enjoying the performances. Mr. Clooney is good, and I adore Mr. Langella. Miss Clarkson is good, and Mr. Downey Jr. is sort of playing Mr. Downey Jr., but that's okay. Miss Borstein and Miss Abdu were delightful. Mr. Stratton, wow. Perhaps because I didn't recognize him, he had an easier time just blending into this film. Not only did Stratton have a passing resemblance to Mr. Murrow, he entered the film looking like the son of Vincent Price and Jimmy Stewart. He looked right at home with his slicked back hair, his suits, everything. Not only did he have a good appearance for the film, he had the right cadence for the era. That is a difficult thing to achieve and have it sound natural, but his delivery was perfect. I loved it. It sucked me in every single time. He really carries the film. Without him, and with anyone else there, it would have suffered, I can guarantee it. He's so good, it is like he himself is also archive footage. Ultimately, I consider this a very cool movie. This is by no means a documentary, but the scale of the performances feels like recreations in between talking head segments for documentaries, or recreations the History Channel would use for their shows. I think if you're looking for movies about journalism and you've already seen Spotlight and Network, perhaps check this one out as well. This has been my year in movies. Thank you for watching. Good night, and good luck.
And we're clear.
Oh.